Hello everyone, welcome back to my walkthrough for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for the PS1. In the last video we finally got all the shit we needed for that dragon tonic for Hagrid's dragon Norbert. So now we're going to head back to Hogwarts. So we're finally done with Diagon Alley. And we're going to give the tonic to Norbert. And voila, he's better. Now this bit here, this is kind of like, if I was Harry, this would be fucking irritating to me. Hagrid made me go through the grounds against rivers of lava and shit to get this fucking plant to hatch the dragon egg. Then he pulled me out of school while he went and got drunk to get the ingredients for this fucking potion to make the dragon not sick anymore. Now he has to give the dragon up. I'm like, why did I do all this then, if you're just gonna give it up? But anyway, after that little conversation, you got this little cutscene here. Explains the situation. They sneak Norbert up to the tallest tower of Hogwarts, blah blah blah. And then Malfoy, tricks them. They get caught. They all get detention. Yay! I like how detention in this school isn't writing lines or anything. It's go into a dangerous forest with dangerous creatures that'll eat you. So now we're going to go into the Forbidden Forest. Sounds fun. Kinda. Okay, so, like Hagrid says here, we got to go through the forest and search for the unicorn, and along the ground you'll see little pools of silver. That's the unicorn's blood, so if you just if you get lost, which you have to be fucking retarded to get lost, because there's really only one path, just look for the pools of silver, you'll find your way. Now this right here is even worse than leaving Harry alone while you get drunk. Hagrid just leaves you alone in this fucking forest. And notice these trees I'm knocking down look less like trees and more like a shitty movie prop for like a movie set. And it's like Hagrid is like, in the last bit, Hagrid was all like, I'm gonna go get drunk while you go get all the shit I need for my pet dragon. Now he's all like, I'm gonna leave you alone in this, dangerous forest with creatures that'll eat you just because I don't want anything bad to happen to the snooty rich kid. I like how at age, 11, Harry is able to knock down a full tree. And yet he can't take on a troll. Now this here doesn't make sense. You got more of these, trolls. Remember these from the dungeons? They had to make them sneeze and fall into the vents there. Why are there vents in the middle of the forest? Like, I accepted the fact that there were vents in the dungeons. That makes sense. Why are there vents in the middle of the forest? Where do they lead? What do they do? Anyway, continuing with our little search here. This part, there is so much shit in this forest that doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm casting Incendio on these plants to clear the way, for the bridge and everything. Okay, it burns up the dry, like, tumbleweed bushes there. Doesn't light the wooden bridge on fire. That's control right there. That is what we call a control burn. There's also a ton of, like, even there's a good bit of things that'll hurt you in this forest. There's a ton of chocolate frogs laying around, so, you don't really have to worry about getting too low on health. Got another venomous tentacula we gotta light on fire here. Five more points for Gryffindor. Boom. We got all 100 of the red beans we need, but we can't give them to Fred and George yet, not until after this little section. In this little area, you'll find a cauldron, make a potion. This is like the last cauldron you'll see in the whole game. Well, the last cauldron that you'll get to use in the whole game, I should say. I'm just making the potion for the hell of it. I don't really need it. So I'm just going to like leave it there. If I do need it, I'll just backtrack for it. Moving on. Again, just follow the pools of silver blood, and you will find your way to the unicorn. Alright, now, in these little bits, there's these fucking turtles that, you see the hole on its ass there? Yeah, it's gonna shit fireballs at you. And when it raises its ass in the air, you gotta flipendo it right in the asshole, and it flips over, explodes, and burns a path for you. Which, that's another thing. Notice it explodes in multiple directions, but the only path that burns is conveniently the path that Harry needs to go. Anyway, you know, turn the corner here, run into Draco. Haven't found a unicorn yet. Makes fun of Hagrid. Notice Draco has a serious case of derp face going on. Oh well. I'm gonna run over here and we're gonna save real quick, because I haven't saved in a while. We're at 80% completion. We are getting really close to the end of this thing finally. Only got like 4 more videos after this one. Gonna burn this bush here, no homo. Got another one of these flaming turtles up ahead. I gotta wonder what the hell they were thinking when they came up with the enemies for this game, and like, what was the reaction when somebody said, "Let's make a turtle that shits fireballs at you"? That sounds like a good idea, Ted. Let's do it. And also, notice that like the trail of blood continues after the little path that was just blocked, that I just burned open. The trail of blood continues past it, even though it's like blocked. How did the unicorn get past it? Because I don't see any other paths in this fucking forest. This is the only path I see. How did the unicorn get past there without killing a flaming turtle? Alright, so Hagrid's going to leave us alone again. Alright, we're pretty much at the end of the forest here. Just got one last thing to do. Gonna take a right at this clearing here. And we're gonna go through this little archway. I like how there's archways in the trees that are conveniently shaped like doors. Another flaming turtle. Yeah, that's an episode of Ninja Turtles you won't see. A turtle shitting fireballs at you. And we're gonna go through this little hole in the tree here. And go through the little archway here. And go into first person mode, and right up here you'll see a famous Witches and Wizards card. Just flipendo it, and the very last famous Witches and Wizards card in the whole game is yours. So now we have all 17 of them. Just gonna take a look at 2 of them, just for laughs, I guess. Yeah, there's Rowena Ravenclaw, you know, Helga Hufflepuff. We'll take a look at all of them in the very last video, which will be soon. In the meantime, I'm going to get back to the game. I'm going to start exploring. Well, finish exploring, I should say. We're at the end of the forest. Going to go back the way we came. Through the lair of the flaming turtle. Like, the turtles that breathed fire in the dungeons, those weren't so demented. The ones that are shitting fireballs at you, those are just like, what the hell? This whole forest is just like, I guess you can call them puzzles. The puzzles in this forest that you need to solve, I guess, to get through here, they are just like one big excuse for Harry to commit arson. Notice every 5 seconds I'm lighting something on fire. Anyway, after you get through that, we're going to see a little thing here. It's probably the most disturbing thing in a kid's game ever. Dead unicorn with its side torn open. Somebody drinking its blood. Again, if you don't know who's under the cloak, please read a book. Harry's going to pass out. And we're going to have another little storybook cutscene. Yay! Harry's going to be saved by a half-horse, half-gay porn star. It's kind of too bad that they didn't make like the cutscenes like normal cutscenes. Instead, they got these storybook things. Because I think a centaur would have looked pretty damn awesome in like a regular cutscene, but that's just my opinion. Alright, so we're gonna reappear back in Hagrid's hut. And Hagrid's actually gonna make himself kind of useful here, after he states the obvious that Lord Voldemort should be someone who's avoided at all costs because he's a dangerous foe. Well, no shit. He's gonna make himself a little useful for once. He's gonna give us a flute. Now, why this flute is useful, you will see very soon. Which raises a bit of an interesting point. As soon as Harry gets this flute, he magically knows how to play it. And play it very well, I might add. Talks about how you can use the flute to put certain creatures to sleep. Wink, wink. Talks about how he used to play a tune to put Fluffy to sleep. Wink, wink. And now you're going to get a little tutorial on how to use the flute. You see the little buttons on the right side of the screen. Just press triangle, circle, square, and X in that order over and over again. And you'll see the little bar. When it's empty, the creature falls asleep. Simple. If only playing a real flute was that simple. I tried to play the flute when I was a kid. My God, that was annoying. Alright, so we're going to walk out of Hagrid's hut here. And we're going to run into Ron and Hermione. Hermione's going to give us some more information while Ron checks his shoes for dog shit. Tells us about the Sorcerer's Stone. Thinks Snape might be after it. Thinks you-know-who is involved. So now we have to go and get the stone before Snape does. We got to meet Ron and Hermione on the 3rd floor. And I like how, like, Hermione's like, let's go, and Ron's just like, okay. Like, Ron's not really enthusiastic about it. He's pretty close to saying, fuck this isn't fun anymore. So we gotta run through the whole grounds, get to Hogwarts, get to the upper castle, get to the 3rd floor corridor. But before we do all that, we got some things to do. Got a little loose ends to tie up. But even that's gonna have to wait till the next video. We don't got enough time for that right now. Just running through the grounds. Da-da-da-da-da. So now we have all 17 famous witches and wizards card. We got all of the beans. Just got to give the red ones to Fred and George. And then we got to get the prize behind the portrait in the upper castle. And then the final battle will commence. Alright, so we're back in the castle, finally. It's been a while since we've been back in the castle. It's been a few videos. Because, we had to go play some Quidditch, had to go do some errands for Hagrid, and then we had to go through detention in the forest. Alright, then we're going to run up the staircase and we're going to go back into the upper castle, and that'll be it for this video. So, comment, rate, subscribe, keep watching.